Beers and bets. Beers and bets. Beers and bets. Beers and bets.
Beers and bears.
Welcome back.
Let's go.
All right.
Games are already on, man. We're late.
We're here. We're about a third of the way through the NFL season. This will be the Week 7 picks episode. We're going to pick 4 games and then do our specialty picks. First red zone touchdown on Sunday.
Yeah.
My parlay, Jimmy's dog.
I got.
Before we do any of that, let's go back to Week 6. We're going to do this every week now. Beers and bets player of the week. Everybody's going to get a stab at it.
It's going to be trending. Like, people better get in now.
Yeah.
I want the T-shirt.
I mean, it was like first red zone touchdown. You know, we're trendsetters.
Yeah, dude. Like, we don't fuck around here when we talk about numbers, man. Show me the numbers.
So
isn't that it? Shout out fuck Stuttering John, by the way.
Fuck MLC. Fuck KB.
Yeah,
that might get us some more listeners just shitting on Stuttering John from Howard Stern.
Yeah, we might have to start doing
John. Oh.
Hey, if you guys want some personal...
He does a Thule Tuesday. Should we?
If you want some personal Jimmy videos of Stuttering John, if I can find the free time.
Some personal videos.
Yeah, like I can do some videos.
And like reaction.
Give a little background on it, man. Yeah, I can... If you leave it in the comments, I'm sure it's gonna blow up. But fuck Stuttering John. So get back to being a host, Matt. What are you doing?
Well, with these beers and bets picks, player of the week, some of these players' contracts, they might get better contracts just because they're beers and bets player of the week. Like that might be something you put on your resume. You know.
Well, I definitely have beers and bets on mine.
It's on your official resume.
We got a little poll in some organizations. Okay. You know, you're over here making awnings for the Chiefs. So
I'm affiliated with the NFL in a way. Yeah.
So
and I tweeted at the writer for Entourage one time.
So. And he blocked
how'd it go?
John blocked me, but okay. Don't Dice retweeted.
Doug Ellen's a whole nother conversation, huh? We can't handle Stuttering John and Doug Ellen in one.
Even though it's the same guy. But so the best players last week.
Yeah, let's get into it. And Jimmy, let's go with you first. Beers and bets player of the week. Who's yours, Jimmy?
All right, I'm gonna go with Kareem Hunt because I think that run in that game against them was like a big run. He asserted himself back in there when Chubb got hurt. I'm pretty sure that Hunt was in attendance at that game or was like watching or tweeted. I saw him somehow and they showed him during the game. So I think he was there. And so for him to come in and get that touchdown, I think that was a big play. Fantasy wise, obviously.
That was a screen pass, not a run, right?
Well, whatever the hell it was. And then getting into the end zone there was a big play.
Okay.
It was on red zone. I saw the flash of it, and I thought it was a big play in the game. They only had like one touchdown, but it was enough to beat the Niners. So,
well, and Jerome Ford's had a ton of work, and he does nothing with it.
No,
you know. So as Kareem Hunt is
easy now, Brad. He's on my fantasy team.
I think
he's terrible.
Kareem Hunt knows the offense better, though.
Try to trade him now, Matt.
I don't know if anybody wants him.
I mean, I take him. Like I like him because I like Gardner Minshew too.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's not get into that. Well, who is your guy of the week, Matt?
Max Crosby, defensive end of the Raiders. He gets that game-winning safety, and just the way he did it, they have a tight end shift out to help the tackle to block Max Crosby. Max Crosby sheds the tight end. A half a second later, sheds the tackle. And then fucking sacks Mac Jones. Safety clinches the game. Shedded him.
No, his effort is always impressive. I mean, the percentage of plays he's on the field is insane.
Yeah, he plays more snaps than any other player that's an edge rusher. Most people get in a rotation. Max plays almost every snap as a defender, and he gets shit done, man. Like he's my favorite defensive player to watch. He really is. I love that guy. And he should be an inspiration for all three of us because he was failing as a football player because he was an alcoholic. He's sober. He's been sober since
I'm not a football player. I'm not an alcoholic.
Brad.
What do you mean?
I don't know, dude. I might be hedging. I might be on the sideline. Especially during football season, I think I drink a little bit too much.
Yeah, I think it's good though.
Are we gonna have to do like a sober Lent or something?
What do you call it? Intervention? You do the intervention.
Are we gonna have to do could you imagine the podcast 30 days, the three of us not drinking?
We all lose 30 pounds.
Everybody's exist. Looks like they just ran like a marathon.
Yeah.
Arguing constantly.
Well, that continues.
Back on the track here, just to get out of this segment. This segment's holding us up. But Dak was my guy from week 6.
You got Dak as your beers and bets player of the week. He did have a good game. He did. He outplayed my boy Herbie.
He's going to have to keep running. Got to keep running the ball like that. They need him to do that. So on the picks here, Matt.
Let's go. Let's go into week 7 picks. Jimmy, what are you saying?
Bad beat. What? So shout out to Seahawks because he let me take over one of his leagues, right? And hopefully we can get some of the people in that league. It's his sister's league to become viewers. I know his dad listened a few times. So he has Herbert as quarterback, right? So going into the game, I'm down 135 to 106 as his commissioner or as his GM because Seahawks said, you do the roster, whatever. And so I'm like, fuck it. All right. Plugged and played. Everything worked out well. I was down 135 to 106 in fantasy. Final drive of the game. Herbert had done everything to tie it, literally at 135, 135. Mm-hmm. Final drive. The one thing, all he needed to do was get a yard. If he threw or ran for a yard, it would have won the game. Throws an interception, -2 points. Bada bing, bada boom. And I text Seahawks, and Seahawks text me in the morning like, damn, at 8 a.m. And I'm like, all right, well, at least you weren't watching them.
That's excessively early.
Yeah, but I'm like, well, I texted him right when it happened. I told him, like, I'm like, I don't think you saw it. And he's like, no. I'm like, well, I guess I shouldn't be mad, but that was the bad beat of the week, I think.
Yeah. So we can blame you for Herbert's failures. That's what I'm getting out of this.
No, it's never my fault.
Yeah, I feel like it would have went differently if you didn't have your fantasy matchup depending on him.
Let's look to the future, not the past.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're on the right track, terrible. Brad. I think Brad's trying to get us back on the right track. All right. Week 7 picks.
Hey, we got a lot of good games this week.
Yeah, let's start with your Ravens, Brad. The Detroit Lions, the powerhouse of the Detroit Lions, comes into Baltimore to play your Ravens. Ravens are -3 favorites. We got an over-under set at 43.5. And I kind of like the Lions, at least to cover, and that's going to be my pick. The Ravens just haven't looked like solid. They've looked shaky. They've won some games where it feels like they haven't been at their best. They've lost some games you feel like they should have won, like that Colts game. So
Pittsburgh.
You feel the Pittsburgh game was even worse than the Colts loss. Yeah. So how are you feeling this week, Brad? It is a tough Detroit team. Like you can't.
Well, this was almost the Lions. I'm not trying to like shine on my segment later here with the under, but I did hit the Baltimore under this past week, which was my pick. I'm taking Baltimore with the points and the under again. No Montgomery really fucks up Detroit's offense.
I really screw him up against Tampa last week. That's for sure.
Yeah, but Tampa's not a good team.
They're really good. Lions, they're a really good defense. Better than Baltimore.
We'll see. This week will be a great test. That'll be the next game we talk about, right? So let's pump the brakes for a second, okay? But when you look at the Lions, they shocked Kansas City week 1, right? After that, they lost to the Seahawks. They've beat Atlanta, Green Bay, Carolina, and your Yucks. That's not they're fool's gold. Lions are going to get beat. Baltimore plays to their competition. I think Detroit will be a good test for about a half. and then it's going to get out of hand.
I don't see it with the Ravens offense. I think Detroit's defense is highly improved. I don't see the Ravens aren't sharp enough yet.
Detroit. I think Baltimore, it's the healthiest they've been, I guess you could say. That's not saying a lot, but what do you think, Jimmy?
What are you going to say, Matt?
I just don't like the Ravens in this spot. I feel like the Lions are kind of at their peak and the Ravens just haven't found their footing yet. I like the Lions getting 3 points. I wouldn't mind throwing money on the Lions money line here. I feel like the Lions went on the road last week and beat a better team. I don't think
Lions have played a defense like Baltimore.
They just played the Bucs last week. The Bucs defense has been solid.
The Bucs,
5 on it, Matt.
Put money. Hey, he's got to pay up on his bets. He's a slow payer.
I just went double or nothing with Jimmy on a bet tonight, and it paid
in the fourth inning of the game that I just did it because
But did you pay out? That's the question.
I didn't have to because I double or nothing them.
Yeah,
I double or nothing.
My week 2 bet.
Jimmy, what do you got this game?
Yeah, the week 2 bet. Yeah,
straight up double or nothing. Baltimore. You got Detroit.
I don't recall. Baltimore. Okay, we'll do double or nothing on that.
Double or nothing.
There you go.
Right.
Okay. I don't even know what. Okay.
But I had the Ravens in this one actually winning. I think without Montgomery, I think that's a huge part of their game. And I just know, like, this time of year, the Ravens know they got to get it going. So I think that they're going to. Like, I don't know. I feel like they won this game.
Trust Harbaugh to get the crew in shape. Yeah. Because they have been shaky. I know they've won a lot of these games, the Ravens, but they haven't looked like clean.
Very shaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been weird, definitely. But I think just given it's in Baltimore, right?
It is.
Yeah, so I think that is a big factor. And I just think, like, without Montgomery, that's going to be a big thing.
Yeah. I do like
Ravens money line.
That backup running back Detroit brought in.
And the under on it.
Okay. Ravens and under.
You like the under as well? Okay. Hammer that.
Okay. On to the next game. And this is one of the bigger noon matchups we got this week. The Atlanta Falcons go to Tampa to play the Buccaneers. This game decides first place in the NFC South. The Bucs are coming in as 2.5-point favorites. We got a really low over-under set at 37.5. I got a combo pick.
It's like JV football.
Easy combo pick. Bucs cover the spread -2.5, and I'm going to go over 37.5 because I think the Bucs put up 30 this week. I think the Bucs offense hasn't gotten going. I think this is a get-right game for Baker, Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin. Bucs 30, Falcons 13. This is a blowout for the Bucs. Moment of silence.
I don't think they blow out anybody. I think
Brad is just distraught.
I think that I was looking up some numbers, but
it's always with his heart. There's literally no logic to any of it.
Yeah,
it's just they're gonna win by 30.
Well, it's like shout out to Mike, but
I said 30-13. I didn't say we were going to.
My mom looked at my pick 'em last week and was like, "Oh my God, Mike said you didn't pick the Broncos," and I'm like, "Yeah, they're playing at Arrowhead on a Thursday night." Like, I don't know why.
I'm looking to make money. Okay,
I want to win. Like, yeah,
it eases the loss of my team losing.
Yeah, mine. Oh, yeah, like I can't. Yeah.
No, I don't see Desmond Ridder doing much. I think we score a touchdown on defense. I think Baker gets right. Baker had a terrible game last week against Detroit. He missed a few easy deep throws to Trey Palmer they were walk-in touchdowns. Baker just overthrew him. And
that game was great.
Baker's not going to do that.
You got to see the real Baker.
He's not going to do it 2 weeks in a row, bro.
You got cooked, man. You got baked. I loved it. Oh, God. Dan Campbell was pumped. You saw the locker room video.
I
have not yet. I mean, I shut down on Sundays after
Dan Campbell.
I don't watch the
backwards hat on.
Oh, yeah.
Getting them all revved up.
Hey, I like Atlanta. I like Atlanta a lot in this.
Enough to take a money line?
No. I'll take the points. Okay. I think Cuckoo Kachu hits the game winner.
Manchu, game-winning field goal. I'm going to note that
I
here,
believe
Brad.
it's Young Wei Koo, but yeah,
Young Who
write
Koo.
that down.
I am the kick man.
Karate kick.
I am the kick man.
I might be pushing. He could be called racist for saying anything.
Nah.
All right, Jimmy. What side are you
He's
on,
my
Jimmy?
roster.
Are you with the winning side or the losing side?
Well, I'm gonna go defer to what I had in my pick. I'm here, so
It's got to be Bucks. There's no way you trusted the Falcons in a straight up pick 'em.
I have the Bucks. Yeah.
Yeah. So mark it down.
Home game. I don't know. Divisional opponent is tough, but
We're a better team, and I'll tell you, the one team the Bucks never struggle with in the South, we never struggle with the Falcons, especially not since they've had Desmond Ritter. This is not
struggle with any of those teams, man. Like really,
lately we haven't. We swept the Saints last year. We beat them once this year.
Is they lost Drew Brees, they lost Matt Ryan, the Cam Newton,
right? And we're here taking advantage.
Hasn't been a real division in fucking 8 years.
We're gonna win it with Baker.
A decade. I was gonna say,
it's like what the fuck is going on there, man?
We got a Super Bowl winner out of that division.
One team, a super winner. Yeah.
Hey, we did win the Super Bowl 3 years ago, and we were in the same division.
Tom Brady won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Tom Brady.
Dude.
Bruce Arians.
The Chiefs scored 9 points against our defense. I don't want to hear that it was all Tom Brady.
Hey,
Brady
3 years is a long time. That's a lot of age on Levante.
A lot of our defense is still there.
On your defense.
A lot of that defense
they
is
are.
still
That's
there.
the problem.
No, because they were fucking young guns at the time.
I saw Vita Vea.
Now they're crafty veterans
as well. But anyways, too much time wasted on this crap.
Yeah, I don't know. Any other thoughts on the Bucks?
We might not see a touchdown. We might not see a touchdown in that game. Hammer the touchdown bet.
All right, let's get on. Let's actually get on.
Thoughts on the Bucks. That might be the best moment ever.
All right, let's move on because there actually is 2 really good matchups on Sunday.
Yeah, there is.
The first of the 2 matchups, the San Diego Chargers. That's right, the San Diego Chargers go to Kansas City to play the Chiefs. Chiefs are minus 5-point favorites. High over under set at 48. This is my lock of the year. Everybody's going to get one lock of the year. This is my lock of the year. The Chargers plus 5. The Chargers plus 5. Justin Herbert's not going to have 2 bad games in a row. He's going to go into Arrowhead. Justin Herbert is going to shred this Chiefs defense that has looked impressive up to this point. I also would sprinkle a little bit on the Chargers money line. I will be in attendance in Arrowhead for this game to see Herbert in person. The Chargers are going to win this game. Herbert's going to outplay Mahomes. He's going to bounce back from his rough week against the Cowboys last week.
I will pool our
let's do a $10 bet. $10 bet, but I want the spread. I do want the plus 5, Brad, if we're going to do a straight up $10 bet.
All right.
I want the plus 5.
All
right. So, Brad, that being said, should I just put you down for Chiefs minus 5?
Chiefs minus 5, and also I take Chiefs in the under, which you might never hear again all year. But both of these teams, the last 3 or 4 games, would have not covered that 48. I know they're both high-flying offenses, but I think
not the Chiefs this year. The Chiefs have not been high flying.
Offenses that have that much talent, I think they realize how valuable those possessions are, and they, you might only see 8 possessions per team. So,
yeah, I mean, as a spectator, it's just kind of tough to have a Herbert Mahomes matchup and bet
it's like
under.
The next one we're going to talk about. How do you put an over under on this? It could go to 84 or it could be 32.
Yeah. I think the Chargers get it done this week. They're desperate. They're more desperate than the Chiefs. And Brandon Staley might make a few fucking 4th down calls that completely derail their chances. He usually does. He could have kicked a field goal against the Cowboys to tie it last week. could have completely kind of
Are you
changed
talking
how that
yourself
game
out of your
ended.
bet here now?
No, I'm saying there is a Brandon Staley factor.
Well,
It's always got to be. He's already got gray hairs. He looked like he was 30 2 years ago. He already looks like he's fucking 45 years old 2 years after being a head coach. I don't like that guy. I don't like that I don't like that Herbert has to be paired up with that fucking schmuck.
Brandon Staley's aged like a president.
He has.
Like
That's a really good point. That's a great
hair. They
point.
Come out looking like they got beat up for 14 years.
And he has. And he deserves it. He should be stressed out the way he makes decisions.
Obama basically came out white.
Jimmy,
carefully here.
He came out white.
You want to explain this a little bit here?
No,
anybody's still tuning in.
Never mind. I don't want to laugh.
Jimmy, who you got?
Blame it on the SIGs.
Who you got, Jimmy? You like the Chargers?
Chiefs 34-24.
Then the Chiefs cover the spread by your score. Okay. I don't like
Chiefs 34-24. I think Kelsey's getting right. And Taylor Swift actually was in a car accident and broke her right
collarbone.
arm.
No, it was her collarbone.
No, well, you can't break the collarbone.
Travis Kelce was driving up the driveway to their new house.
No, it's a meniscus, dude. And so she broke her, or she tore her, or she broke her tibia.
There's no way you know anatomy this well.
The ulna, the radius.
The ulna is the small arm bone, the small forearm
she
bone.
fucked it up. She broke all that, dude. And she also was hit by a bus. And actually, it didn't really fuck her up that bad, but she doesn't remember. It's kind of like a 51st date situation. So
you remember? You know what this is making me think of? You remember when John Gruden did a extra circle around Arrowhead when the Raiders beat him at Arrowhead?
Nah, I do not.
You don't remember that story? Well, John Gruden circled Arrowhead after they beat him, and the bus of the team was going nuts.
No, but anyway.
What if T. Swift was around at the time?
She was dead.
John Gruden was like, run her ass over.
She could be dead at the age of 58 or whatever she is. And so I think that could play a factor. And Travis Kelce has that extra motivation to kind of get it going.
All right. I didn't get your point, but let's go on to the next game.
Well, she was hit by a bus. And
Sunday Night Football. Dolphins go to Philly to play the Eagles.
Going to be a banger of a game right here.
Philly, small favorite, 2.5 points. Over-under set at 51.5. Brad, you love betting the unders. I'd be scared to bet the under in this game. Philly versus Miami.
Take that fucking
this is an under I'd stay away from.
Not touching it. Philly.
Why?
Philly's the more physical team on both sides of the ball. Miami has played a bunch of, honestly, pussy defenses so far. No offense to Denver. You guys are a year or two away. You know what I mean? But when you look at who they've played, but when you look at who Miami's offense has been insane this year. But Chargers, New England, Denver, Giants, and Carolina, that doesn't scream like, oh shit, you ran the gauntlet. I think.
Yeah, the Bills did struggle against
the Bills.
Giants
Yeah,
defense.
well, I figured I'd leave out that one, but I just think Philadelphia is going to be more physical.
Miami.
They did.
I think Philly, they're not right even. They're kind of fighting like Devonta. If Devonta's not complaining, AJ Brown is at receiver. You don't know which running back they're going to use, but they always find a way.
I don't like the matchup for Philly's secondary in this game. Philly's, front seven, pretty strong.
Yeah.
Philly's back four or back five, which if you're going against Miami, it's going to be your back five corners and safeties. They're not strong enough.
At least.
And I like this matchup for Miami. I like Miami to not only cover the spread, I like Miami money line, and I like the over in this game. And I'm going to parlay them both together and get good odds. I think this is a statement game for McDaniel and the Dolphins. I love this spot for him, man. And Collinsworth is going to be like, gosh, look at this guy, Tua. All the down talk and all this. And just look at this guy. He comes in here to Philly on the road, and he's just throwing touchdowns all over the place.
No, not a chance, man. They're not going into Philly doing that. They're gonna get their ass
Philly at
beat.
night? Like you're out of your
Dude, they're
mind.
gonna get their ass, dude. They're gonna get brought back to reality like Buffalo did to them and shown what the hell is going on. And I'm laughing because it's a different view than we normally get of Matt's lair. And if some person was chained up in the background over there running around in and out of the room, I'm just imagining
Just a Justin Herbert lookalike.
I got to cut up Dollo, Justin Herbert back
That's what
there.
I'm saying. I'm like, we're getting another room here. I'm like, dude, the layers, yeah, that shit would be great. But yeah, no, you're wrong. No, I don't think Miami. No, I really don't think they go in there and win. Like Brad said, I think they're the more physical team. Now is Lane Johnson out?
I haven't heard definitive news on Lane Johnson.
All right.
But I'm more worried about Philly's defense than their offense, really. I just think I think the Dolphins could run them out of there, man. I think the Dolphins could score 40 points against that defense.
Miami really hasn't played against a good defense.
Yeah, that's what's scaring me. And when they did, like Buffalo,
Think about the teams they've played,
and they put them in a spot where they could beat them because they could put up as many points, you know.
Yeah, some of the stuff Miami does makes
defense, right?
Yeah, but some of the like non-conventional
and they
stuff
don't have
Miami
all their weapons.
does.
You know, like that with that rookie being hurt, he was a huge weapon for him.
Yeah,
with him and Mostert.
I like Mostert. I still like Mostert better than.
It's an intriguing game. It'll be a great primetime match.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
All right, let's get into our specialty picks. I'm going to start it off with a parlay for you guys. You ready for this? A little 4-team
ready.
A little 4-team money line parlay. You might want to jot this down. It could win you some money on Sunday.
They're all going to be heavy favorites. One of the favorites will lose.
Sometimes. Okay. Browns beat the Colts. Raiders beat the Bears. Bucks beat the Falcons. Seahawks beat the Cardinals. You get those 4 teams to win money line, that's plus 500. Those all seem like washes for me, man. None of these are even going to be one-score games.
Hoyer is 0-12.
That's a plus 500 parlay.
Last 12 games Hoyer started, he's 0-12. Garoppolo's not playing for the Raiders. It'll be Brian Hoyer.
But it's the Bears. It's the Bears. I still like, even if Garoppolo doesn't start, I still like the Raiders.
It's just a weird. I would think you could find a similar game with similar odds. I like the other 3 a lot, honestly. I would think you could slip another team in with similar odds and get something close.
If the Raiders bone me, you can be the one to remind me next Tuesday.
I will. Don't you worry.
All right.
I think they'll let you know when they're doing it. Probably it would be kind of a wake up call.
Yeah, I mean, I'll know because I have.
Mark Davis is like, "Yeah, you want to go get your hair cut?"
The Jags kind of have this one locked up right now. We're watching Thursday Night Football, 14-3 Jags. The Saints have not been able to get anything done. Jimmy, let's go to you next.
A lot of football.
Your dog of the week this Sunday. Do you have an underdog that you love?
Need like the dog mask.
Yeah, I know.
You should have a Chris Long dog mask. That dog mask the Eagles were wearing that year. There you go. There's somewhat of a dog.
Dante.
You should just call in Dante for the dog of the week. Yeah, have treats waiting for him.
An old Dorito.
Oh, I thought Dante was actually coming in. You pulled out a bag of Doritos. I thought you had Dante's collar.
No, that's how you get Dante in there.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Dog of the week. You got one?
Let's go Chargers at Arrowhead.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yes.
Let's go in there. That defense is playing great, but divisional opponent. Herbert can go in there, do something. I don't know. I don't like that.
Didn't you just say the Chiefs are going to win when we talked?
He did say the Chiefs were going to win by 10 30 seconds ago, but it's all right. I still like it as a dog of the week. I like having one side of both. Either the Chiefs cover or the Chargers
take a dog
win
of the week
outright.
on my notes at all. I forgot to do that. So
I'm like, wait a minute.
But the improvisation was good. We need to stop recording this late into the night.
Yeah, this one's a little later than normal, boys.
All right, Brad, Your favorite under.
Hey, no, all right,
mentioned
fuck
you-
that. Hey,
Yeah,
don't.
you're good.
Vikings over Niners. I'll do that.
Wow, that's almost even bolder.
Yeah, I'll do that on Monday night because, like, if McCaffrey and Debo are banged up, we talked about it on Sunday. Kind of
Vikings are desperate.
I agree.
Yeah.
And it's in Minnesota. I think that's a chance for them to get the dub.
Damn.
If you took the points.
I'd love this a lot better if Jefferson was healthy.
I agree with that 100%. And in my pick actually that I did go with the Niners, but in this I'll go with that. I don't want to go. I don't want to fucking have one and then have the other. That was dumb. I didn't even think about it.
No problem.
I didn't have any
My
notes.
bad, man. I didn't mean to.
It's called hedging your bets.
No, I'm glad. Yeah, I know. I didn't think about it.
All right, Brad, your favorite under. You mentioned you like the Ravens and Detroit game to go under, but is that going to be your?
I can't go homer with that twice. Okay. I'm going Green Bay at Denver.
I love that.
51.5.
How is it that high?
51.5.
Are you kidding me?
Double fact check me right now.
Yeah.
I promise you.
Those two offenses, a total
you're
being
looking at
51?
two of the worst offenses in the league. I mean, Denver's defense has been rough, but Jordan Love, the last 3 games, he's basically throwing 1 touchdown.
On both.
Yeah, 45.5.
45.5. I'll still take it.
I still like it. Honestly, I do.
I'll still take that because it's
both those teams struggle to score 20 points. Yeah.
And I
like
think
that.
the more that Denver sheds, I think, you're going to see some desperation. So Love has not looked good.
With that shit. All right. Fuck off with that.
And Green Bay's got a solid defense. I mean, Denver's defense, I don't even know if we know what they are yet. They look good against the Chiefs. They look terrible against everybody else. But against Jordan Love, I could see the Denver defense picking up where they left off last week and having a good game. Okay. I like that under pick by you, Brad. All right. Let's finish it off. First red zone touchdown. This is our, signature bet. And I see the Bucks. I see the Bucks playing at noon. I know Baker had Evans for an early touchdown last week. The ball got batted down. I just have to go to it. From after watching that play last week, I have to go Mike Evans. I know it sounds homer, but I just have to do it because I know Baker, that's who they look for when they get close. If they get close early, let's go to Mike. Mike Evans is my pick. Jimmy, first red zone touchdown.
Travis Kelce.
No, they play at 3. You don't want to do that. There's not going to be 0
touchdowns. I'm looking at the available options
here
at noon.
I like.
You got Detroit.
Terry McLaurin.
I got it. Yeah, Brad, you got it.
I like Terry McLaurin. Giants defense has been a wreck. He has, I want to say on NFL Network, I saw last 5 games, he averages 20 points in PPR.
Against the Giants. He tears the Giants up.
Them.
Right.
And then I started looking back, Diggs torched him last week. Tyreek destroyed him the week before. Debo, the only big week he had was against the Giants. So I think this is a Terry McLaurin breakout week.
A dark horse, just because you're saying that, Jahan Dotson, who has done virtually nothing this season, but maybe he does get an early deep target.
And he's probably on waivers in every league you're in at this point. Dotson.
Except for my team where I drafted him, and I'm just holding out.
Well, you're just praying. So, okay, well, it makes more sense because I feel like Curtis Samuel has kind of vaulted him in that role at this point.
He has in targets, in production.
Doesn't make any sense. But Logan Thomas has become a threat at tight end as well.
Yeah. Logan Thomas, Jimmy.
Who you got?
You find somebody, you find a name there?
I'm looking at a few of them, man. So I got a few thoughts here, but
throwing some darts.
Devontae Adams, I'll just go with him. Maybe
I like
he gets
it.
one.
Even with a backup quarterback, I kind of like it. He's been whining about not getting the ball. If they drive on the Bears early,
it's
throw one up to Devontae in the end zone. I feel bad for Devontae going to the Raiders. He went there to join Carr, and now he's stuck. That was
his choice.
Did you hear in that speech, too? He's like, I didn't come here to hang around and play around with Derek Carr. He's like, I came here to play good football. I don't care about wins and losses. I care about performing well. And it's like, oh, that didn't come off well.
He said, when you say you don't care about wins and losses,
that's what he said.
It doesn't matter.
Him.
The thing after the comma doesn't matter.
No,
that's a
it.
bad sentence.
That's
exactly.
Yeah, Derek Carr. That would suck. Man.
Where would you love to see him get traded before the deadline, Devontae?
What would make sense?
Tennessee.
I mean, the Chiefs would be fucking a nightmare. That would be a nightmare for everybody.
No. It'd be all right, dude. They don't have running, but they don't.
That would be dangerous.
They don't have a defense.
I mean, the Chargers, I'd love it as well. And so I'd love to see him play with Herbert.
The Rams? I don't know if they could do it.
I don't know if McVay's system is like really built for that big bodied, like, I don't know. McVay's never had a Devontae Adams.
Puka Nacua is like, what, 6'2"?
Go to the Jags.
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, Puka's more of like Adam Thielen than
look at Nacua.
Devontae Adams.
I got him on the fantasy team. What do we got?
Puka.
Yeah.
Puka.
I don't know what Devontae's contract is, but if you're all in Philly, they just brought in Julio this week.
Jeez.
Why not? I mean, that'd be overkill, but why not? Hey, enjoy week 7, y'all.
Fun podcast.
Let's go get them, Chargers. Let's win this week.
Let's go Blues.